Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. These ones are so easy to do, eh? Just record what you draw, speed it up, and then talk over top of it. And they probably go a little too fast for anybody to fully understand. But what I'll try to do is briefly talk about things. But I think this one's a little bit longer than some of the last videos, so I'm able to break some process down. And I'll jump into that right now before I talk a little bit about the content of the video. But as you can see real quickly, it was the thumbnail stuff, and then I just blew it up here. And you can see I'm still working on what I would call breakdowns here. Just trying to figure out things. When you do like a thumbnail sketch that's, very small, you're just looking for composition or just energy or some sort of shape that kind of gets you interested, anything for composition or anatomy, or like you just want to draw something really like dynamic, right? Worry about all that stuff in the thumbnail stage and then blow it up, and then I could worry about noodling and making the anatomy or the style, however you want to do it, right? And it's not really here that you can't see anymore, but I've really been trying to throw a composition. Normally I would do like composition in terms of like what feels good, right? And I still think there's a lot of power in doing that. I think it's wise to do that, but also it is wise to actually have like a proper game plan. And right in the very, very beginning, if you need to rewind this, feel free to do that. You'll see I quickly divide the image into 9, right? Like just make like we'll call it like a tic-tac-toe grid over top. What that lets you do is it's sort of like you can pick your focal points in those areas. And as I was doing that, I drifted a little bit from here as I went along, but it gives me a little bit of like a framework to draw in, and then just blow it up and draw everything over top, and from there. And this one too, this is a style that how do I say this one? I spent I'd probably say the last 2-3 years in this style, where it's sort of a mix for me anyway. And I'm not trying to claim that I'm anywhere even close to this, but like Jack Kirby and Corey Lewis are two of the big guys that I like. I love their work, and this one to me is sort of like in the back of my mind. That's what I work on, or I kind of think about. Especially when it comes to shading and rendering, like right here where we're doing all our black work and stuff like that. And you'll definitely see the Kirbyisms, I'll call it, when I get into Jesus's arm there, and underneath where it's like implied anatomy. It's still correct, right? Like this is where shadow might fall on a shoulder, or rendering, or sinew, all that kind of cool stuff. But Kirby, and like even right there, you see the elbow, that shadow shape. Kirby did stuff like that, but to me, it's like a Corey Lewis, kind of like a what did he call it in one of his videos? Sort of like teardrop shapes, I believe he called it. And there's just a power to it. And I got to be honest, this is something I always come back to. And I've said this before, even when I was experimenting more with Kirby, just being more like I wish I had the cojones, the fortitude to actually just go, you know what, I'm committing to this look. And I don't know what it is. It's probably just an artistic insecurity of like, I know, like if you look at the other picture, Jesus on the left there, that's more in my traditional style, I would say, right? Where it feels a little bit more, I don't want to say mainstream, because it really doesn't matter, right? It's art, it's creativity. If we've been blessed with the ability to draw, just do that, just draw. This kind of thing, I like over the years, man, I can tell you the indecision, it's very there's one thing to try to draw and learn and grow. Always be doing these things, right? Always be a student in all aspects of life. And I do still hold to that today. But there's things that can come in, at least for me, that it's like doubt creeps in, like, is this the right call? And what it does is it stifles creation itself, right? And if I'm always worrying about what should my stuff look like, nothing's getting done. I'm doubting before I even start. And that's just something I've been wrestling with. And like I say, if I was to compare these two drawings, I always worried before if like people would be able to tell, is this drawn by the same guy? Like as if that matters. Maybe in some way it does. Like if it's more of like a business thing, right? Like if somebody's trying to hire you to do work and they're like, I don't know what I'm going to get. Maybe they like both, either way. So all that to say, that's kind of what's going on there with the style here with what you're seeing there. And then the rest of the process here, it's literally everything that I've been continually doing. The background, what I like to do when it's simple stuff like this is just a grayscale, and then you can add a gradient map, and you can mess around with the color and stuff like that and find what's good. And you'll see me get there too. This one's just working on flats. I made like one big shape for selection, one for the cross in the background, one for Jesus himself, so that I'm able to. Maybe I should make a video on that, just showing like how I break down flats. If you guys are interested, just leave comments. If there's any part of the process at all that you're interested in me slowing down and maybe talking through, I'd love to do that. I know I haven't been making YouTube videos for quite some time, so it's going to be interesting hearing what you guys are looking for these days. But like for now, you know, let's just keep sharing what we're doing. But yeah, please leave a comment below if there's something in particular that you're looking to maybe have me talk about. Other than that, the subject matter at hand. Oh, so this video, I've been sitting on this one for a while. I've tried to think of different ways to approach this, and I know I'm not leaving much time to talk about this, and maybe that's a good thing. So obviously I'm drawing Jesus Christ here, right? I became a Christian, maybe it's 2.5 years ago at this point. And it's been a transformative journey, absolutely. And I don't want to use this video as a testimony sort of thing, or, you know, trying to, I'm not even sure. It's just sometimes I feel like if I'm drawing a picture, or if it's anything to do with Jesus, you know, or Christianity, it's sort of like it's got weight behind it that I'm supposed to do something or talk about something or try to get to save your guys' souls kind of thing, you know? And I don't think it's appropriate for this video for something like that. But I did just want to briefly talk about, so you'll see the picture of Jesus on the left there. And this is something that I've been, an additional thing, I guess you could say that I've been wrestling with too, is like, you know, now that I have a belief that God is real and we're created for purposes, and you know, He has a plan for us, and it's up to us if we're willingly submitting to Him to follow the path He's laid out for us, or if we're in rebellion and trying to do our own thing. And definitely for me, the rebellion thing has definitely been there. And you know, I'm just trying to just give it all to Jesus, right? And in saying such things, it's like I don't know where He wants me to go. You know, like where's the next path to go? Is it making Christian comics? That sounds kind of fun. The art and stuff. Like, why did you give me the ability to draw, Jesus? What is it that you want me to do with this ability, right? Or this gift that you've given me? And I'm wrestling with this stuff all the time, right? But I want to keep making art. I don't want to just stay stagnant and just go, okay, well, I'm just going to do the same stuff over and over again mindlessly. I'm hoping there's more intent being drawn, if I'm making any sense at all. So the picture on the left there, after I had these realizations and stuff, I'm just like, you know what, let's just start drawing some art depicting Jesus. And you know, and more it was like a grateful thing, and just like you know, I don't want to do any kind of making an idol or anything like that. Nobody really knows what he looked like, right? So I'm not trying to claim that that's what I'm doing, but I hope, and this is one of the beautiful things about art in general. If you're an artist, I hope you know this. Maybe people that aren't artists might not know this, but like I've said before, in a way, I don't want to say it's magic, but we have this gift and this ability to create reality in a way, right? On a blank piece of paper. You get a white piece of paper, there's nothing on it, and we're able to transform that into something, right? Like a scene, an image, emotion. You know, there's a lot of things that go into that, and that's awesome. So actually, you know what? I don't even know if I recorded a video of the one on the left, because what I did there, it was so cool. You can kind of see it there, like behind him. You can see like the kind of Kirby dots and all that, and it's you know, him being resurrected, and it's got like the cross behind him. You know, classic symbology and stuff. But it's all made of Kirby dots and all that. And I had a blast with doing it. Even the rendering, trying to learn how to do some coloring and stuff like that. Much different style wise. But the one on the right, again, this one was more just to you know, show, I hope anyway, what Jesus chose to do for us, and then just you know, a little scripture at the bottom of Jim just saying, like, you know, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. If nobody's like familiar with the Bible, I highly recommend, even if you toss on like an audio Bible, there's some pretty cool ones where they got like some sound effects and stuff. Not to turn it into like a movie or anything like that, but check it out if you're, you know, if you're interested in seeing more about this stuff. But anyway, as for more Christian content, I'm still wrestling with that. Like if I'm going to, I don't want to say switch the channel to it. I've considered it, but it's just something I'm thinking of, and I just wanted to share it with you guys, right? Like just to be open with you guys and see where we're gonna go. And I appreciate everybody's time and joining me on this journey and stuff. Anyway, I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for watching the video, and like usual, until the next video, keep reading comics, keep making comics, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.